What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons checking in, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. You know the worst part about going for greatness is the fact that it's never about what you've done. It's always about what have you done for me lately. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just in life in general, man. Like, don't nobody care about what you did. You know what I mean? A few years ago, or how you help people. You know what I mean? Change the whole course of somebody's life. None of that matter. The only thing that matters is what you done lately. And what I got to thinking about this, right? My son was in there. He always talk about basketball and random stuff, right? And he was like, "What's the best like NBA season record ever?" And then he was like, "Well, it's probably the Bulls, right?" And I said, "Nah, the Warriors broke their record like a few years ago when they had KD." He was like, "Nah, ain't no way." I said, "Yeah, they did." I said, "Man, they was unstoppable." And it got me to thinking, like, damn, just how good that team was, right? And how we just kind of forget about it. You know what I mean? I wasn't for sure. I had to Google it, but I knew I was right. But they did break the record, and I'm like, damn. But see how quickly we forget, right? And it's like that team was great. You know what I mean? But we barely remember because it ain't happening now. And that's one thing about LeBron, where it's just like we know he great. You know why? Because he's still doing it lately. We care about what you done for me lately. So he never fall off or none of that. You get a lot of people like Vince Carter, for example. Played well past his prime, which he still was good. It ain't like he was just trash. He was still good. But he wasn't the Vince Carter of his heyday. So therefore, a lot of these younger people coming up, or even some of the people that was around during Vince Carter time, will forget just how good he was because he wasn't doing it for you lately. You know what I mean? And so it's just frustrating as somebody who was always operating at a high level, right? When you always giving the best you can, when you done so many iconic things, but then you look up and you realize, you know what? Damn, it don't matter. I forgot who. It might have been Michael Jordan that said, or it was either him or Kobe Bryant. One of them said, "The points you scored yesterday don't matter today." You know what I mean? And it's just like, damn. That mean I gotta go get up and do this shit again and again and again and again. I gotta keep showing motherfuckers, right? And it get draining after a while, man, because it's almost like that. No matter what you do, it's just gonna get forgotten, or people just gonna move on from it, and you just gotta go do it again, and you gotta keep being a great again. And it's like, now if you can do it for a long enough period of time, then okay, fine. Some people will finally be like, yeah, you one of the great ones that ever did it, right? But there's always gonna be some people that just miss it. They came on too late. Look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, when we was coming up, which I wasn't a huge fan of Wayne, but everybody else around my age group thought Wayne was the greatest, right? And now you look at it, and he just kind of got forgotten because he stopped doing it lately. You know what I mean? He kind of got overlooked with the time period. Like, he was on everything, literally every remix you name it, he was on it. You know what I mean? He had song even in the country station. You turn the country station, Lil Wayne was on there. But as time went on, slowly but surely, he won't on the scene anymore. And then people start to forget about him. Then they move on to Drake or somebody else, right? And it's just, you got to keep pumping it out. You got to keep coming. You got to stay, because otherwise you'll get irrelevant, or people will forget about you. And so don't think that, well, shit, I did good my first year. I hit six figures my first year, and then think you was up that time and you just gonna coast on that. You know what I mean? No, you don't get points for yesterday's baskets. You got to keep putting the baskets up. You know what I mean? You got to keep putting them points up. So that's really the message today, y'all. If you chasing greatness, don't think that this shit gonna end. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get their credit. Me personally, I ain't even care for Kobe that much until like his late years. You know what I mean? And then some people won't respect you until you die. You know what I mean? Some people won't give you credit till you're gone. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. So that's why you just gotta fall in love with this stuff. How you do anything is how you do everything. So just stay disciplined and keep delivering, even when you don't feel like delivering. Keep pushing, even when you don't feel like pushing. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The standards is higher for us anyway. Us chosen ones. When you one of them chosen ones, and you know you won. Because I told you before, because you watching channels like mine. You watching channels that's complete. You were looking at stuff that ain't nobody else looking at. You know what I mean? You taking the time out your day to learn how to better yourself. Most people ain't thinking about that shit. They thinking about how they can have fun, how they can chill. You know what I mean? How they can look cool. You know what I mean? All that, you know what I mean? Stuff that we ain't focused on. You know what I mean? The things that intrigue most people don't intrigue us. We different. You know what I mean? And so with that said, a lot of times people will hold you to a higher standard than anybody else. And then the moment you slip, they gonna call you out for it. But it's like, but damn, you don't see all the fuck ups that these other people were doing. Why the hell, as soon as I make a mistake, all of a sudden it's pointing out? But that's because you're on a different level. You're great. Greatness we can't do what everybody else do. We can't think we just gonna, you know what I mean, blend in with everybody else. We can't just do the mediocre shit and think it's gonna be okay. And everybody around you gonna see it because they see it in you too. And so they're gonna call you out on it. It's like, yeah, I know, yeah, everybody else did it, but you different though. You know what I mean? And so just accept that those work ain't gonna never end. When you on this road to greatness and you chasing your dreams and you trying to be the best you can be, ain't no days off. This shit ain't gonna end. Don't think you gonna hit a finish line at some point. It's annoying sometimes. But then once you get past that little annoying part, you just come to reality and come to terms with it, like, yep, I guess I just wake up and do this shit again. You know what I mean? Just keep just killing shit day by day by day, y'all. So that's what you gotta do. Keep that in mind as you continue to strive and chase greatness in this life. And sometimes you're gonna feel unappreciated. Sometimes you're gonna feel like you being overlooked. Sometimes you're gonna feel like the efforts that you put in are overlooked. But you know what? They won't be. Just keep laying a brick day by day by day, brick after brick after brick after brick after brick. Eventually, you have that wall. Then eventually, you can turn that wall into a house, and then maybe turn that house into a castle. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is just keep going, y'all, and don't expect this grind to end. Don't expect it to end. I know that shit sounded depressing a little bit. Like, dang, you mean tell me I gotta keep doing it? Yep, keep fucking them up. Just keep fucking them up. We ain't got no choice. What you gonna do? Go back? You know what I mean? What you gonna go back to? We ain't got nothing to go back to. You know what I mean? I was listening to one of my old videos earlier today, and I was talking about how when I was in the military, everybody was so excited to go back home, and I was excited too until I stopped and realized, damn, I ain't got no home to go back to. You know what I mean? I got put out the crib when I was 17. I ain't had no girl that I was messing with at the time that had her own place. I couldn't go there. You know what I mean? I won't like stand with my sister. That was a non-negotiable for me. I'm the way I am. How I am is how I always been, right? So I'm a particular way. So I knew I couldn't stay when I ain't had nothing to go back to. You know what I mean? A lot of us, we ain't got nowhere to go back to. You either make it or you just make it. It's nothing. I don't have shit to fall back on. You know what I mean? It's either up and it just stuck. It is what it is. It's up and it's stuck. I got to keep going up. I chose this path. Now I got to keep going with it. Straight up. Ain't no turning back. Ain't no slowing down. Ain't no stopping. Just keep going. And you got to keep putting up them buckets because you don't get points for the ones you put up yesterday. You got to do it again today and again tomorrow and again the day after that, then again the day after that. Now, eventually, you can be up by so many points where you can take a few days off right here and there. But you don't ever think you just get to stop forever. Because the moment you stop forever and you stagnant, that's when you start to die. You got to keep evolving. You got to keep changing. You got to keep growing. That's the whole definition of living. So that's what it is, y'all. If y'all chasing for greatness, just be prepared to keep going. It's part of it. Part of the journey. All right, now. Part of the journey, y'all. Let's stick with it. AJ Simmons signing off, man. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing to do that. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. I'm supposed to hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of this year so I can get my play button finally, as long as I've been on YouTube, right? Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, the share button. If you like these videos, you want to keep them coming, drop some comments. Help me get in that algorithm, y'all. Let's get this shit together. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later.